This podcast is sponsored by Intentional Living magazine, your ultimate guide created to help infuse purpose and passion into your everyday life. From expert features that provide valuable insights to thought-provoking content that sparks transformation, this magazine, an online platform, is a perfect source of inspiration for all of those of us who truly believe in the power of intentional choices.
Hi.
Hiya.
Hiya. Hello. And this episode today, we are talking about the power of retreats.
With the beautiful Natalia Edelmann. I nearly said Edelman, it's Edelmann.
Edelmann.
So enjoy this one. If you are looking to book yourself on a retreat or just understand what retreating is, listen to this episode and let us know what you think.
Thank you. Enjoy. So, hello, Claire.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm excited because we have got a world-class Wonder Woman coming to join us today to talk about, can we just?
Talk about retreats.
Talk about retreats. So I would just like to introduce you to Natalia Edelmann, who we met last year. She's an absolute powerhouse, international wonder and legend activator. She's the founder of Wellness for Wealth, Lux Club Retreats, and LCR Consulting, which offers private lifestyle and business consulting, world-class retreats and experiences. I mean, that is some introduction. So welcome, Natalia. Thank you for joining us from that Spain.
It's lovely to see you ladies again. And it's a privilege to be here with you. I'd love to be live in the studio, but next time.
Next time will be great. And we can go for breakfast together. So Natalia, we met
in May.
Was it
last year?
There you go. We met in May last year. And
at, where was it? It was
an event on a
it was
airfield somewhere in Buckinghamshire.
Natalia, tell us where that was, because I think you're connected to that space, and that's how we met you, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was at the Elite London event in Wickham.
High Wickham, that's the one.
High Wickham.
Yes. And you were there as Lux Club Retreats?
That's right, yeah.
So tell us about Lux Club Retreats.
Well, it is a private members club for worldly, wealthy, and wise women who are here to make a difference and an impact with their wealth and their wisdom. And we are all about infusing wellness into everything that you do, who you are, because wellness, as you ladies know, because you're well versed in this space, it is a state of being. It's an active process of making the choices that lead you to a happier and healthier, fulfilling and more life. And truth be told is that I came back to life through retreats. And so I've always had this love and passion for retreats, for well-being, for making the world a better place. And so that's how Lux Club Retreats was born, in a very short story.
Because we know it's a very, very long story. And from memory, I think your path has been very similar to Claire and I, where we hit that burnout point. And so when did that happen for you?
That was in about 2017. And I would say it wasn't even burnout. It was boredom. It was this like disenchantment with life, that there's got to be something more. Is this really it? You know, some people call it a midlife crisis. I like to call it a growth spurt.
Yeah, I hear you. And there's so many people that come to Claire and I that say, is this it? There's got to be something more. And that's such a gift, that realization is a gift. And some people don't ever come to that, which is a shame, isn't it?
Yeah, that probably goes back to the last podcast we've just done around self-awareness and being aware of thoughts and feelings and how you're showing up in the world. And it is so sad that some of us, and again, that's everybody else, that's another person's journey, but for us to wake up and question life and who we are and why we're here, pretty scary when it hits you, but it's such a brilliant journey when you get on the train.
Get on the train.
Get on the
train with us. So we love a retreat too. Just to explain to the listeners and the people watching why you think retreats are such a powerful thing.
Can I just comment on the last thing you said? Because I think it's also sad when you are at that awareness stage, but you don't have the courage or the strength to take the action. And I think that's something else that you ladies bring to the table, because it's one thing to not be aware, and then it's one thing to be aware and not make that choice.
Yeah. And thank you for bringing that up, Natalia, because we're really passionate about that. And I think one of Claire and I's roles is to provide a feeling of safety, to support people. And I know you deal with women, we deal with men as well, but to provide a place of safety where they can feel that they can open up and share that stuff. Because a lot of the stuff that you're talking about is held within. And actually there's a great fear in sharing that, because for the fear of judgment, for fear of being thought differently of, for all of the different filters that goes through. So it's having that safe space, and having walked the walk, as you have, as we have, is actually to say that actually the other side of this journey is that the journey doesn't have to be difficult, for one, and the other side of it is amazing.
Yeah. And that actually leads in nicely to why retreats. Why are retreats so great? I mean, the one thing you mentioned, the safety, the space.
Yeah, for sure.
Then you know, and I know that growth only happens outside of your comfort zone.
Yep.
And when you decide to go on a retreat, and a retreat doesn't have to be a yoga retreat, it can be, I can list hundreds of types of retreats that you could run. But the second you leave your door, you are no longer in your comfort zone. You are heading to the airport, you're heading to a place you don't know, you are essentially on your own, which is a scary place to be for a lot of people. I used to be there. And you are venturing on a journey of a lifetime. When you get to a retreat that's hosted by someone who has incredibly unique brilliance and a unique skill set, no retreat is the same. And you, as a retreat host, you get to bring in the brilliance that will change someone's life.
Yep.
And as a retreat guest, you are surrendering to whatever will be. It's like forgetting the expectations, forgetting the shoulds, forgetting all of it. And I love this quote, and I use it all the time, but you travel not to escape life, but so that life does not escape you.
Oh, love that one.
I love that one, don't you?
I heard that one before, Natalia. To be using that one. You're so right. It's so powerful.
No. Well, it's, you were alluding it before, you come to this point in your life and you're like, I just need a timeout. I just need to escape. And that's not a bad thing. Lots of us don't give ourselves the opportunity to take that time. Sometimes it's a 5-minute walk around the block. We don't have the luxury of taking 5 days, the longest retreat I ever did was 21 days.
Wow.
That sounds divine.
Where was it?
It was in Bali. It was in Lambangan.
Oh, it sounds hideous. Oh, my life. Book me in. Book me in.
And that's one thing we'll talk about in a minute, that we host retreats, but do we actually go to retreats for us? Because again, it's all about, we've got to look after ourselves.
Yeah, for sure.
When we're holding space for others. So go on. Sorry, what were we saying? We went off on one then.
Sorry, we go off on one a lot. Sorry. Not really.
Well, no, we're just talking about why retreats. And,
Yeah.
and I think I could talk about why retreats from a business standpoint.
Yeah.
Like if you're a business owner, why should you add retreats to your business? And then I can also talk about it from a retreat guest, as you as an individual, just wanting that reset, that reclaiming of yourself, reinvention of yourself, that next step, that next chapter. And, you know, nobody gets it. That's the thing. No, you can't talk about. So let me just talk about you as a person wanting to take retreats, or maybe needing to take a retreat. But you are at this point where you just don't know what to do, really. And it might even not be that. It might be that you need to fall back in love with your life, or fall back in love with your business. You know, you can go on dance retreats, you could go on business retreats, branding retreats, you could go on, you know, relationship retreats, couple retreats. You could just have a retreat with your besties and just escape life to find life. You know what I mean? It's almost reinventing what travel is. I think so many people are wanting not just a holiday, but something that's going to be meaningful, something that's going to change their lives and make them better and elevate themselves. Maybe that's a new skill. Maybe that's like finding a hobby that they miss doing, or elevating their business. You know, it could be a whole slew of reasons that you are craving this need to escape life to find life. Just going to say that again.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love that. I do love that. And I also, again, perception is important there. Some people might not even know what a retreat is, right? And
there is a thing about, it's a yoga retreat, like what Natalia said before. I don't do yoga. Or, I don't want a personal transformation retreat. I just want to go to relax. So again, and then there's the business retreat, and what you've just said, a whole list of others. But the word retreat is to just take time out, isn't it? To stop and take time out.
And it's using and understanding the value in that. Yeah. And so you've got a business that is all about retreats, Natalia. So tell us the type of people that come on your retreats and maybe the reasons why.
A lot of different reasons. I would say they are female executives. They could be, some of them are from the corporate world. Some of them are entrepreneurs. They've already leapt out into the fabulous journey of entrepreneurship as we love and know today. It could be people who are, like, for example, I'm running a private retreat in London. That's all about reclaiming you and elevating your brand as a business owner. She's a former HR executive, and she's looking to start her own business. So that's a blend of wellness and business, which is what I enjoy the most, because I am fortunate enough to have had that corporate experience, the academic training, but also the life training, which nobody teaches you. So successful philanthropic women who are wanting to elevate their life in some way, shape, or form, whether that's self-love in themselves, or maybe that's their business. They're wanting to fall in love. They're wanting to fall back in love with their life and business in some way, shape, or form. And like I was saying, any retreat is possible. So it's a matter of understanding and taking that chance, that opportunity. You know, you make a choice to take a chance, or your life will never change. And we were kind of talking about that when we were saying, you know, what if you don't even know what a retreat is, or you have this misconception or this conception that it's like just for spiritual people, or, you know, it's just for yogis, like you were saying. And it's just not the case. I mean, Yeah, it's just, I love being able to just, even when I'm speaking with people, pick up on what are their real desires? What is really keeping them up at night? And just coming up with something on the spot is the most fun, because they're like, oh, that's interesting. I never thought about doing something like that.
Yeah. And what are some of the objections that you will get for when you talk to people about retreats?
Time is a big one. So how long is it?
Yeah.
I can't take that time off my work. I can't take off business.
Interesting,
Sometimes
that one.
family. Oh, sorry. You want to dive into that one?
That was an interesting one, because when Claire and I did our retreat, was it November 2022?
The last one we did, yeah. We did that midweek.
For that reason, because we asked the question, or what we wanted to do, we wanted people to book the retreat in as if in their diary, as if it was a commitment to the business. Like, because it was working on themselves. Because the objection is, I don't really want to take time away at the weekend. And again, because
they wanted to be with the family. But so we said, well, book it in as business time, because you are working on you for your business. So that sort of reframed it, didn't it? But time's
a big one.
Yeah.
And the other objection would be, can I justify spending that money on myself? That's another big one.
Yeah.
And obviously the answer for us is, yeah, absolutely you can. You can. But that's another one. What else do we come up with? So go back to you then, Natalia. Time and family.
Yeah.
They're the main ones.
Yeah, especially if you have people with young children, that it's one of the things I like to say is, bring them with you. Let's design something that you can all be there together, like family retreats.
Wow.
I'm laughing. I'm laughing because if someone said to me, bring your kids with you, obviously not now because they're older, but then the thing I'd have said, bugger off. Seriously? Retreat. It was like, no, when I go to retreat, I'm abdicating full responsibility for everything else in my life other than me. Bring them with you. Are you absolutely deranged?
But you can have people, professionals, to watch the kids while you are doing your own thing. There are solutions. There are always solutions to, call it, objections, problems, opportunities.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah,
I like that.
And you could even turn it into an educational piece for the kids. So the kids are going off doing something cultural while you are focusing on yourself. You have that time apart. They're with professionals, They're not like, here's you're not giving it.
Here's 26.
Why doesn't feel right? Like, that doesn't usually happen because you are wanting that escape. You are craving that connection to yourself. And yeah, some of the other objections are potentially where in the world it is.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like flight times. Mm-hmm. If you want to take someone to Bali and they live in California or something, that is a journey. Mm-hmm. 2 days of travel.
Yeah. That's a journey before the journey.
Journey for the journey. Yeah. Like 4 days just for travel to and from. And then you have the retreat itself. So then the question of time comes back in. But it's also really hard on your body, like the time zone changes and, just, so that's another objection.
Because I just want to, I've got this thing within me that I literally, and I keep saying this to Mark and the kids, I just want to get my backpack on and go. There's something coming where I'm just going to go. And that Mark has said to me, fucking go then. I'm like, I will when I get called to. So I'm like looking now, just keeping the eye on the horizon for a retreat, preferably India, Bali, Thailand, something like that, to literally be gone for, I'd say 3 to 4 weeks. And part of me has said, well, let them fly over with me, but then I go for 2 weeks while they do some other stuff. So again, that's teaching them as well that it's good to take time out. Mum's taking time out because it helps to be a better person. And I want to teach them that as well. So I totally get it's you've got to feel into it and the time's right. And that's for someone who is open to retreats as well, isn't it? And again, because I keep saying to Jules, you need to go on a retreat. You need to take time out.
Yeah, you're right, I do.
When can
I go?
Go whenever you want, babe. I'll come with you. Get our backpacks on and go. Come with us, Natalia.
Natalia.
But yeah, no, it's even though it's going back to the point of we're into personal development. We continue on our own journey, and even we find it hard, and we're already invested in it. So yeah, but I think if we can get this podcast to just educate people on, if everyone could do a retreat at least every couple of years, once a year preferably, but it doesn't have to be somewhere in Bali. It doesn't have to be somewhere too far. You can go and do it for 24 hours.
That's not long enough for me.
It's not.
We do day retreats, don't we?
Yeah.
As almost like tasters locally, because it gives some people. We had one recently, and 2 ladies run in and they went, "Oh God, it's been I've had to get the kids ready for the whole day before I leave because it's what's expected, and they've never done it before." And it was almost like a permission slip. It was almost like it's just like 5 hours, wasn't it? 6 hours. Yeah. So again, dipping your toe in.
Yeah.
And trying that out. And I think the other important thing to say is that I've been on some retreats, and I think I've expected more than was delivered because of the way that it was sold. And Claire and I are not about surface level. It's all about deep transformation. So for us, we want to make sure that when people interact with us, that when they get what they pay for, and they have a level of transformation, which is what we advertise, which is what we say we're going to do. We do what it says on the tin. And so I think one of the other important things is and I know you said this because you've looked over our retreat stuff, tell us what's not included, because and making sure that you are going to get what it is you think you're going to get, and be really specific about what you want. Because
there's no point in coming on one of our retreats if you want to just go and do
chill
a little
out,
bit of yoga
telly,
and chill out and do a little bit of aerobics or something, because ours are the transformational retreats.
What are you, the green goddess?
But some people, they just want to go, don't they, to relax. They're like, I don't want any transformational. I'm absolutely fine the way I am. I just want to go and get away from the noise, or I just want to go on a business retreat. Don't want to do the deep work. Whereas ours are the transformational ones, and that's not for everyone either.
But we work our socks off on our retreats, because we deliver value for money. And then there's some people that deliver like 3 hours of content in a 5-day retreat. So again, it's just about making sure that you're really careful or really know what you want.
What you want, yeah. And check out for testimonials as well. Absolutely.
Yeah, but even though you guys offer transformational retreats, you also build in the time that's necessary for people to have that downtime.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is, it's one thing to you never want to overpack your retreat.
Yeah.
But you guys don't do that. You offer loads of value, loads of concentrated transformational pieces, but included in that is that downtime, which people need to process and realize that transformation. And you guys do that so well. You have such a balance and such an approach that there's so much more value that you're offering than what you can see on any kind of brochure or invitation. You know what I mean? I just wanted to let people know that, because
thanks for that.
You. I'm saying thank you.
Tell her about the word that we got told this week.
Oh, yeah, we're telling everyone about this. We, in our human design accreditation, one of the group came in on a voice note in the WhatsApp group and she said, honest to God, she said, you two are impeccable. She said, what you've saved us with the last couple of months has been absolutely impeccable. And I was like, oh, never been called that before. That's like, so we're owning that one, aren't we?
So in the brochure,
we're going to put
impeccable.
As you should. You ladies are in a league of your own. Like there is.
Yes. So I think we need you as our marketing lead.
Easily. I can't recommend you guys enough. You ladies are just what the world needs, honestly.
She's lovely, so much. Isn't she?
She's
Tell
amazing.
us something that you want to share with us before we finish. Anything at all you want to share?
I would say, this was a tricky one.
It's an open question, isn't it?
Well, that's... Well, I was going to say, have you enjoyed yourself? No. Okay, that's the end. Tell us something, give us a golden nugget about retreats and about why someone would be well placed to look at a retreat that's offered by Club Lux Retreats and Space Freedom.
Transformation.
I mean, the golden nugget is that you don't know what you don't know.
Mm-hmm.
The golden nugget is you will never know until you try. And the only thing that you are definitely never going to experience is something that you don't go on or you don't say yes to. And so, there's so many things about saying yes to things, but I guess what I want to say and what I will leave you with is when you say yes to something, you are also saying no to something else.
Yeah.
Or when you're saying yes to someone, you are saying no to someone else. So next time you're offered an opportunity, such as the one with you ladies and the one that we're thinking of in September, if you're saying no, I want you to say, well, what are you saying yes to? Or who are you saying yes to? And if you're saying yes, also reflect who and what are you saying no to? Because that is the difference between someone who is willing to grow, open to growth, or someone who is just afraid or not. They're letting all the excuses and the obstacles that we talked about stop them from evolving into the person that they know that they need to become in order to realize their true destiny.
Yeah.
Love that.
That was a powerful answer, wasn't it? I love Natalia so much. You are so beautiful and articulate and just such a lovely energy. Absolutely. And yeah, we have got a retreat coming up in September. So if anyone is listening to this podcast, we're not advertising it on social media. It's a private retreat by invitation, and yes, to see if you're the right fit. So if anyone is interested, please message us. But I want to ask you, Natalia, could you let us know where our listeners could find you as well and your links? And I'll also put them in the show notes.
My favorite is LinkedIn. So if you're on LinkedIn, find me there, Natalia Edelmann. I'm also on Facebook, Instagram, and you can find me at luxclubretreats.com or nataliaedelmann.com. And yeah.
Brilliant.
I will leave you with that.
And thank you so much for zooming in from Soto Grande in Spain. Have I said that right?
I don't know.
You have.
Natalia, you're an absolute diamond. An absolute diamond, and we're blessed to know you.
I feel the exact same way.
And when are you coming back to the UK? When will we see you again?
be hosting a private retreat for one of my private clients at the end of May. So I'll be there, and I'm coming in for an event in March 6th to the 9th. If anyone wants to meet up.
Oh, yeah. I think you told us about that.
In London.
In London, yeah. So those are the next 2 times I'm in London. But come visit in Spain. I'll meet you over in Mallorca.
I would love to.
Or India. Or Bali. Just throwing it out there.
Well, thank you so much for your time and your energy. And we'll let you know when this podcast will be out.
Love you, Natalia. Thank you.
Thank you very much, my love.
So that was Natalia.
Yeah. So beautiful.
She is gorgeous. So we'll leave that retreats with you. So it's ta-ra from me.
And goodbye from me. Namaste.